Jesus is Luke Skywalker channel. I just saw my first fentanyl guy. I know we talk about it sometimes in the comments, but yeah, I hadn't seen any here, and I just saw my first one, and I'd never seen him here before, but he definitely was one. He, I didn't want to film him because it was like, you know, it seems kind of exploitive. I mean, I would have if I was already running the camera and I walked by him, but he was standing there. He had like a little bunch of stuff in front of him. I think he was trying to sell them. He had like some stuff laid out, like how you see like in New York or something. You know, sometimes people try to do that here. They don't know, and then the security moves them along because they don't really let that go on here. But yeah, he was propped up against a pole, and it wasn't doing a good job of holding him up. He was in that position, that crouched over, staring at his thighs, you know, just like. As I walked by him, he stumbled back off the pole and into the street. He's like, oh, caught himself and got back on the pole. And it's like someone could have hit him easily, and then, like, you know, some poor person, their life for the next fucking however long is dealing with hitting some guy in traffic. It's fucking not good. But yeah, I hadn't seen that at all here. White skinned guy. Most of the, you know, he's a homeless person, I'm assuming. Most of the homeless people out here are white, like 99% white guys, because non-whites tend to have a lot of social safety nets under them, like a lot. So they usually don't end up out on the street. When they do, though, it's usually, they're real bad, you know. I always say that to Neil, like, if you ever see like a black homeless guy, get the fuck away, because he's trouble. It means he's burned through like so many social safety nets that keep him off the street, that he's got to be trouble. Like, there's a guy over here that hangs out at the park sometimes that I call Bruce Banner, because he wears these clothes that are basically just, he looks like he just changed back from being the Hulk, you know what I mean? And yeah, those guys are real out there. Like, I don't even try to demon check them. I just stay away from them. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that insanity tornado in my fucking life. But yeah, yeah, this is the first one I seen, and I instantly thought of Jesus Luke Skywalker channel and said, I gotta make a video note for him. I don't know if they have them in Australia. I think we were just talking about how he was seeing it in America, like the news, you know. Oh, speaking of Australia too, someone there, I don't know if anyone remembers or saw the videos. I had a couple of videos a couple weeks ago about how I was seeing a disc behind the moon. I was trying to film it and it wasn't coming on the phone. Someone in Australia saw the same thing, the disc behind the moon. So two of us saw it. What was it? I don't know. But it was definitely like, it reminded me of like when you see those behind the scenes stuff, when they're making like a movie or something, and they have like miniatures of the area. They'll have like miniature buildings and fake stuff like that. And it's like whoever was setting up the miniature moon for the scene didn't put the light behind it properly. That's what it felt like. That's what it looked like. You know, like one of those behind-the-scenes Star Wars videos where you see all the bearded guys from the 70s working on stuff. Like, the moon has a light to illuminate it, right? And they didn't fix it right that night. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But yeah, it was Brisbane, the person that saw it, that described the same thing. Yeah, pretty weird. So if the two of us saw it, I'm sure other people saw it. No one here ever takes notice of anything. And this goes back to that idea that there's some kind of low-level spell here, or some kind of mind control or mind fog or something that I've discussed with friends of mine in the field, you know. And it's kind of it's evident too, like, because like when I first moved here, I was like, wow, everybody's like really fucking zonked out or like dumb or like, you know. And I was like, that's weird though, because it's not just like people here, it's people coming from all over the world. You know what I mean? They're all like fucking retarded. I'm like, why? And I've joked, it's almost like when you get off the bus here, a cartoon wolf hits you with the fucking cartoon hammer or something, and you're walking through the streets. You know, they'll just break down sometimes. Like, they'll just stop. You know, you go into a store and they'll just be staring at like a can of something, or just looking at a light. And this sort of mind fog, or this stupid hammer, it affects everybody. It's not a group of people, it's not a race of people, it's not anything. It's everyone. Everyone seems to be like, you know, just in this area. And this area where I live generates all the income for all the islands for the entire state. In fact, that street I usually walk on, Kalakaua, the main drag where all the high-end shops are and shit, that street right there generates all the money. That's for every island. That's what I've been told anyway. I forget what the number is of how much it takes him per week, but it's something really crazy. So if ever there was going to be some kind of thing in place to make people unaware of themselves, maybe to spend more money, or it could be like an energy sucking area, like because it's so concentrated with population, especially in Waikiki and in that area. Even though this isn't the biggest island, it's the most populous. It's been known it is known as the gathering place. So it would make sense kind of that there would be some kind of draining going on, like in the area of energy, or you know how they do that all the time. But it's just it's too weird. It's too weird. Like the way people drive, just interacting with people. I don't know. It feels like there's something in the area. There's something in the area that I'm immune to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be seeing it. I wouldn't be talking about it. I wouldn't be able to describe it to you. That's another thing that I was talking to someone in the comments today about it, about how it's frustrating to see people that are just sleepwalking. You know, whether they're people like us or not, it's frustrating to see it. But instead of getting down about it, which I don't recommend anyone do, it's good to be grateful that you can see it. I'd much rather be a seer than be one of these fucking deeply sleeping people, you know? So you have to be grateful for that, and I certainly am. Thank God every day for all the blessings of my life, man. And the fact that we can all see and that we can discuss these things. You know, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know most of you. You know, I talk to most of you in the comments all the time. And yeah, it's awesome. As long as we keep this kind of area to just us, you know what I mean? You know, there's too many eyes for the kind of stuff I do and the kind of stuff I talk about. It's not good. It's not good. A lot of guys on YouTube, they've been talking about the algorithm and how everybody's views are down. And you know, my views are down too. Like, even though I don't get a lot of views, I was on an upward trajectory where it's like, when I first started, I'd get 15, 20. Over the past few years, I've moved up to 50, 75. Since I was 100, I got a few thousand ones, one with a couple thousand. And now I'm back down to first year numbers. But I don't care, because that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to have some kind of career on YouTube. And it's not about more people seeing it. It's the right people seeing it. The right people, what I think are the right people, who can say, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And check this out. And maybe, you know, give me something that I can, you know, that I can learn from or run with. So yeah, so don't like, don't subscribe, and do not share this video. And don't blame the teacher, blame the school.